Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Lisa, and I love everything colorful makeup, especially indie brands. And today in this video, what I want to share with you is the new NOMAD Cosmetics Witch City Salem palette. Look at this. This brings me so much joy. Lenticular packaging. If you've been with me for a minute, hello, I'm a package hoe. And this is just so super fun. This is not the first time that NOMAD has done lenticular packaging. Their other two Halloween palettes, Haunted USA and Haunted Europe, has lenticular packaging on it. And I think it's just super fun, right? This just makes me long for my mountains up in Vermont. I mean, I am a New England girl. I'm originally from Massachusetts. I lived in Vermont a long time. And I have been to Salem, Mass a few times. And it is full of history and unfortunately some really sad history. But it is a fun place to visit. Hopefully you're able to go and visit sometime, especially during Halloween time. It is very busy, mind you, and packed, but it's really fun. I was just really happy that NOMAD did this for Salem, Mass. Here's the witch house, and I just miss the fall time, you know, September, October, with the leaves changing, and this just brings me back, you know what I mean? And this is just a beautiful scene right here with the witch house, and then bam, spooky, right? You've got the witches around the fire, the jack-o'-lanterns, the signs on fire, the witch house is lit up, the full moon, like spooky trees all around. Here's what the back looks like, and with the little witch hat here, I just think this is just super fun. A palette and one lipstick, which cost $69 US. And if you want the full collection, it's $105 US. Just the palette is $54. And one lipstick is $17. Now, I feel like this could be a little more substantial. And I'm just going to compare something because I believe that the Unearthly Cosmetics are $18 a piece. They may have gone up in price, but these, if you know, are pretty weighty, and they're also, you know, magnetic. And these are $17 a piece, which I just feel like could be a little more substantial. Just my opinion, you know, a little nitpick thing. What I do think is interesting though, and I don't have anything like this in my collection or this shade, is the bullet. And I'm going to show you, if you can see that, it's marbled. And I'm sure you might have seen this already with, you know, larger creators getting it in PR and sharing. There's 3 lipsticks in this collection, a gold, this one, which is a fuchsia pink, and I am wearing it right now, and also a purple. Now, I have tons of purple lipsticks in my collection already, and a couple of gold ones. So I knew I wanted to grab this shade. I do like I said, it's got the little witch hat, a couple of places. I just feel like it could be a little more substantial. The palette, however, this is freaking awesome. And I'm gonna show you the color story. And I've already swatched out the palette on my arm, and I'm gonna show you those as well. Not sure if all 3 lipsticks have different designs on them, but this is Devil's Book. There's the witch on it. I just think it's super fun. And when you open it, you'll have the little witch hat here. So I think this is so cool. It's gonna go up here, of course. I'm gonna show you the outside packaging right here. And it does come with, I don't like when they do this whole tissue paper thing. I think they could put a, you know, a plastic protector in, but that, again, just my opinion, something, little thing. But I love this. I love this. Love, okay? Love this scene right here. I love everything spooky, Halloween, fall, all of it. Give it to me. And to have this first launch that I have seen thus far anyways, it makes me feel like, okay, it's finally here. We are into spooky season, and this is awesome. And you and I are gonna create a look with this beautiful color story, Halloween fall colors. It is absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. I think this is just awesome. And so I did start the look with this shade here, Witchcraft. It is a gray, but definitely has purple pigment in it. And I started it in my crease and on my brow bone. Let me know in the comments, did you grab this palette? Did you grab the bundle? Did you grab the whole collection? Let me know, because I'd love to hear from you and what you think. With that, grab your coffee, Gatorade, water, whatever, your brushes, grab your palette or a similar color story and come join me and create with me. Let's do this. And before we go on, I am going to show you the swatches of this palette. These are so pigmented, and I feel like NOMAD is really stepping up the matte formula and their shimmer formula. You do only get what I feel is a duo, which is this purple right here. And usually NOMAD will give you at least like a multi-chrome or a few duos, but there's just this duo in here, and that's the purple. One swipe, they are creamy. Mattes are pigmented. I shit you not, like one swipe. The only time I had to do 2 swipes is these 2 shades right here. Absolutely beautiful. I have not created yet with this palette. I knew I wanted to do that with you guys. Have swatched it out a few times. I feel like they've stepped it up for sure. And I also wanted to share with you, I went onto their website and they are having a sale on the full collection. If you put in SALEMCOLLECTION20, it will save you 20% on the full collection. I do have a non-affiliated code with NOMAD, which will save you 10%, all capital letters, FFM Lisa, which I'll put for you, per usual, and their website in the description box below in case you're interested. So with that, let's get to creating. Okay, so what I had done, like I had said before, was I have put this shade right here, Witchcraft, and I built it up just a tad in the crease and all over my brow bone, and I did put it on the inner corner as well. I'm thinking of doing a purple look, but also a contrasting look, maybe green or maybe purple and orange. I don't know. Y'all know, if you've been with me a minute, I never know what I'm gonna do until I come in swinging and just kind of go with the flow and kind of figure out the creative process, right? That's the fun of it. And that's the fun with creating with you guys as well. I had taken my Sigma blender, tapered blender, my my E35 to blend that in. And now I'm gonna go to one of my favorite brushes from Sigma. It is E54. And I'm going to go into dark purple, and that is called Salem Commons. This is such a pigmented, bright purple. Super, super pretty. And I'm going to put this in the middle. Now, I haven't decided if I want to go with this all in the crease and onto my hood, because we is hooded gals here, or just here and then kind of play around and maybe put the green here and do the same thing with the shimmers and put black out here. Decisions, right? And I'm not worried about what it looks like right now. I just am laying this pigment right in my socket and pressing. My lids are already primed with my trusty MAC paint pot in soft ochre. And I am doing a little bit of blending right now because Witchcraft, that lavender shade, is gray with purple pigment in it. So as you can see, so it's blending very nicely as a transition shade, just kind of lightening that harsh line. As we all know, blending is a process, and we're going to end up going back and forth, especially when it, in my opinion, when you're dealing with bright colors. Just softening the edge here into that very grayish lavender shade. One more time. I have patted this out, just blended it into that really pretty Witchcraft shade, that lavender gray. And it blended really, really pretty. Do I want to play with that bright green and put it here? I think I am. I think I'm going to do that and just see how it looks. Just see what we can do. I'm gonna take the same brush, I wiped it off. I'm gonna put this on my lid first. I'm gonna pack it on. Because then I'm gonna end up taking a smaller brush, probably a pencil brush, and get into this swoop here to connect it to the purple. Not blend it in too much, but making sure it makes sense and that it looks seamless, you know what I mean? Because we are gonna put the green shimmer on the inner corner, which is the brighter one, which is Salem Willows. I can't say that it's really pastel. It's just a very light green. And because I am dark skin toned, you know, tan kind of girly, if I wanted this to pop even more, I could have used a white base. This is my first time creating with this palette. I know I will play around with different ways. These colors, especially with Halloween coming, this would be an amazing Halloween palette to use for looks with your costumes or making gothic-y kind of looks. Like that. I go in again, and I'm gonna see if I can use this same brush to get up into the swoop and connect. Yeah, I think I should be okay with this brush. I'm using the tip of this brush, the bristles, just to kind of blend that edge. Just want to be careful that I'm not mixing it too much, but if it's blended right here on the lid, that's fine, because it's going to be covered with shimmer. Into the swoop, meeting up with the purple here. Soften that edge in the swoop, what I call it here, the swoop here. So I want to try to use as many shades as I can, one from each grouping. I don't think it's gonna make sense for me to put red in here, but at least, you know, the green, the orange, and the purple, and the black, you know what I mean? This palette, if you know NOMAD, they do themed destination palettes. The imprints, the impressions on the shadows is wicked cute. There was pumpkins, cats, scary trees, and of course the NOMAD cosmetic symbol. It was like a scary castle as well. So just really fun in impressions in the shadows. And I think I'm gonna go back into the purple with the same brush that I just wiped off. I'm going to V this out like I always do. I'm gonna pat it though, because I want it to blend at the same time. It's been a while since I've actually done a purple look, and I'm using the pigment that I have, not needing to even dip into any more product. So that's how you know that this is, you know, really great shadow, the formula, pigmented, and it's not patchy. I'm just using the pigment I already have. I'm going one more time. I feel like I've gotten better at the way that I do my shadow. Sometimes I feel, I always wonder, I'm like, how, because I really do enjoy looking back at my videos and seeing how I've evolved. And when I first started out a couple years ago, doing like really glam looks, you know, on the brushes I was using and the techniques that I was using is completely different than how I go about doing my shadow today. Now, like I had mentioned before in a previous video, is that these hoods are, you can tell, like this one is getting much worse. You know, I'm 50 years old. I will have to figure out as I get older, as my hoods kind of get worse. Hopefully they don't, but you know, I'm not completely delulu. And if I really truly want to look into getting it fixed, there is surgical procedures to do that, but I don't think I'll go that far. Okay, I think I'm happy with the way that looks. I think I'm gonna stick with Witchcraft. Yeah. And if I want to, I have a white handy at all times, which is something I'm thinking I might do. EO7 flat brush here. Good grade for detail work as well. So I'm gonna use this, put the purple on my lower lash line. And I'm gonna bring the purple all the way to the edge of my iris here, and then I'm gonna use the green there. I do put shadow on my waterline. These are my eyeballs, so but I don't suggest that you do that. And I'm kind of connecting up here, because we can always, which I'm going to, is I'm going to clean that with my cellular water so that we have a sharp edge. Because like I said, I'm putting black here on the outer corner. Like that. From Cosmic Beauty, the CB4. I'm gonna take Witchcraft, which is that gray purple. Go under here, and blend, and soften that. With Cosmic Beauty, and do you think that they may have the budget to buy a warehouse here like Jolie Beauty did? And what about Glaminatrix? I'm pretty sure they must have a budget to be able to purchase a warehouse here as well. Now, I haven't been on Instagram for the last week and a half, so I really don't know if Cosmic Beauty or Glaminatrix has addressed this and whether or not they are planning, you know, both brands are planning to do that. If you know, could you please let me know the information in the comments? I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Flat brush from Singe. And I'm gonna go into the green, the lower lash line on the inner corner. Make sure, hopefully I can get this tight, because I don't want it to get away from me too much. Now for the tricky part. So I'm gonna take my Sigma E21 and I'm gonna go into the black, which is called Witch City. This is a creamy, very pigmented black. I'm careful with this, and I'm gonna V this in and kind of meet up right there. So I went in again just to really get that opaque black. Because remember, we're going to use my cellular water and clean this up anyway. However, in my opinion, a lot of times I say that and then I end up liking the way that it looks, that halo effect of the lighter shadow, and I end up leaving it alone. And I kind of blended it just by patting into that purple just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my ColourPop Multi-Chrome, this purple, and then this green. Both are from ColourPop. The green one, Cosmic Beauty brush. This is the CB3. And I'm not going to go in with any additional product. I kind of just want to soften this swoop here so that that line of green isn't so harsh. And I'm going to go into Witchcraft, which is that gray lavender. And I am going to lightly, right on the edge, okay? Now, Is this something that is the correct way to do this? Don't know. Not a makeup artist. It works for me in trying to keep control of this purple so that it doesn't go way too high. I don't want it to go any higher than where it is on my hood right now. Otherwise, it's going to look funky, like somebody punched me in my face. Like, I don't, that's not what we're looking for here. So, and I don't want to mix the purple with the green. I just want to soften this right here so that when the shimmer goes on, it makes sense, it looks nice. And then using that lavender color, just patting the edge to soften it, to blend. Now again, if I got it all the way up here, I can control that because I can clean it up with my cellular water after and get that snatched line if I end up doing that. Do you know what I mean? A little more fluffier brush, blending brush, the Sigma E25, going into Witchcraft again. And just lightening the brow bone further. I'm kind of being ballsy again. You know. Hopefully I'm creating videos when we do tutorials together that I'm helpful in some way. You know, especially if you have hooded eyes like mine, you know what I mean? Q-tip. However, I might not need to do that. I'm finding I'm getting pretty good at meeting that V. And I really like when I create that halo effect that I'm getting here, right here, and it makes sense and it follows down. I really like that effect, and a lot of times I'll use this brush to do so. You know, granted, a lot of people do not have the time in the morning or what have you to do a look like this. I feel like this is a look that if you're going out to a costume party, or maybe this is your everyday, I would certainly wear this every day, in my opinion, just because I love colorful eyeshadow. I really do. And I really don't care what people say. And I can tell you 8 times out of 10, people will come up to me and say, wow, your eyes look so beautiful. Like, what did you use? And that's what brings me joy, because then I can really, you know, tell them about the indie brands, whatever palette I use, from which brand. Love it. Love, 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 love. I'm going to put some glitter glue on. A lot of times, especially if you've been with me for a minute, you know, when I first play with a palette that I'm getting, or a new brand or something, their shimmers or their multi-chromes, whatever, I like to do the first look without any glitter glue, just to see what they're giving without glitter glue. And if they are giving without it, then I know, I know NOMAD's formula, and I know with and without, they are gorge. So I'm going to use glitter glue with this look, and then you and I are gonna put these beautiful shimmers on. Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of re-intensify my look too. So, be right back. Okay, I have glitter glue on, and I am gonna go into Salem Willows here. And then I'm going to take this duochrome, which is Rope's Mansion here. I want to share something with you before we end this look, complete this look and end the video. I'm excited. I'm going to be creating another tutorial and video sharing the new DD Signature palette, Broken Jewels. I was looking at this and was thinking to myself, I have Music Inside the Makeup coming up this weekend. And I got to looking at this, and just the packaging alone, Gen Xers, you may know exactly what I'm talking about. Music Inside the Makeup for September is going to be on Heart. And if you remember watching on MTV, These Dreams, you'll know what this right here in the video, the glass shattering, this beautiful palette, like, I think I'm gonna use this palette for Music Inside the Makeup. I'm excited for that. And I can't wait to see you guys this weekend for Music Inside the Makeup. Let's finish off this look with NOMAD. I've got my glitter glue on. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that's beautiful. That is so pretty. Oh, so pretty. So this is Ropes Mansion, the duochrome. Super pretty. Oh. Ooh, that is so gorgeous. Oh, I love green and purple. I love green and purple together. The contrasting of it, the contrasting colors of it, it just is so pretty. And I think I'm also gonna take this and go into that green shimmer. And what am I doing? I'm gonna do this just right here. I'm not gonna put any shimmer in the inner corner. With shimmer on the brow bone. So I'm gonna go into this shimmer here. I just wanna try to use as many shades as I can with this look. This here, because then we've used this whole, you know, these 6 shades here, this green shimmer and this green shadow. Old Burning Point. And this is a Fantasy Cosmetica brush. And underneath here, just a little bit. Oh, that's pretty, pretty, pretty. Screw it. We're gonna put some on the inner corner. Why not? Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm gonna take this brush, go into the green shimmer, and get everything smoothed out and cohesive and blended together. Shimmer, like so. I think I want to bring that green a little farther. Yes. Now I'm going to go into the duochrome purple. I'm going to spray this as well. Right on the edge here. Yeah. That. That is gorgeous, in my opinion. Stop it right now. Off camera, I'm gonna re-intensify with my pencil brush from Unearthly the dark purple, and I'll just show you what I'm gonna do here, but all I'm gonna do is re-intensify that here, as well as the green. And then I will put on mascara and a lash and show you the final result. I feel like putting this dark purple next to the black and kind of blending that into the duo purple, getting this purple blended into the duo purple, and then taking the black and kind of re-intensifying that a little bit, just a little bit into this bright purple. I think is just gonna tie it all in together. It's gonna be really pretty. And just blending it in with that. I'm gonna finish this off camera and I'll be right back. here's the final look. I think this came out so beautiful in my opinion. Wow, NOMAD really knocked it out of the park. Again, this is a beautiful Halloween fall palette. Super fun, always fun to play with color, no matter how old you are, okay? So yeah, I will put my code FFMLisa right here for you and in the description box below, as well as their website, in case you're interested in picking up this really beautiful palette, or you can get the duo or the full collection. As far as I know, the sale is still going on. If you put Salem Collection 20, then you'll get 20% off the full collection, or you can use my code and save 10%, like I mentioned, on just the palette or whatever you'd like. And again, it is non-affiliated. It's just for you to save a little bit of money. If you're new, I hope you stay a while, subscribe, like, comment, say hi. Did you get this palette? I would love to hear from you. Please do share, because it truly does help out my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you on Music Inside the Makeup. I hope to see you again. Yeah, let me know in the comments. What do you think about this look? Did you join in with me? I really hope you did. So with that, till next time.